I want to start this video off by saying this is for people who are obsessed with the meta and play by that rather than just getting characters you love. This is for people who play the gacha solely to get cards to fill their team slots and don't care about characters as long as they have the strongest team. I think any card can work for your team if you put in the work, and this is to help you better understand the card and put it in the right team for both you and that card. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're already well versed in meta and gameplay, so I'm not going to explain basic gameplay stuff. If you're new and don't know mechanics yet, I have videos on that to fill in some gaps. Silver is a defense SSR. His max HP is 16,218 and his max attack is 4,339. Silver takes after his father and has the second highest HP in the game right after Pop Music Club Lilia. His attack is extremely low because his HP is so drastically high. It's the second lowest among SSRs, but it's actually not the lowest in the game. There's quite a few rares with lower attack stats. Well, actually, it's a lot. He's the 78th lowest attack in the game. So even though his attack is below average in both categories, it's not the worst case scenario. His spell 1 is Zero Ray. His spell 2 is Lee Shot 2 and later Force Strike 2. His spell 3 is Water Shot 2. Silver's skills are Damage Cut and Evasion. On spell 1, he starts out with a minor damage cut to foes for 1 turn. At level 5, it gets bumped up to 3 turns, and at level 10, it's modest for 3 turns. On spell 3, he starts out with a minor evasion to caster for 1 turn. At level 5, it goes from minor to modest, and that's as far as it grows. Silver's duo magic partner is unsurprisingly Sebek, who also gives him a modest HP boost. His other buddies are Rook with a minor power boost, and Idia with a minor HP boost. This Silver is kind of weird when it comes to finding alts, because technically speaking, yeah, we have a dupe for him, but part of the issue, in my opinion, is that Silver's HP is a huge selling point for him, and frankly, unless you have Pop Music Club Lilia, or I think it's Yasmina Silk Jamil that's like the 3rd highest. I'm too lazy to bring up my spreadsheet. You're just not going to be getting those numbers, so Evasion Boost is really my main area of focus for alternatives. My suggestions are Birthday Jacket Epple, Dorm Uniform Ruggy, Apprentice Chef Kate, and Gallicator Ruggy. So, let's start with our dupe, Birthday Jacket Epple. Their defense, they have the same exact spells, they have the same exact skills. The only difference are their buddies and their stats. Apple's stats aren't bad by any stretch, but it's definitely not on Silver's level. At least the HP isn't. Apple's attack is obviously higher. Apple is a great replacement if you're not wanting Silver for his stats, and you just want a replacement when it comes to spells and skills. Our next option is Ruggy. They're both defense, have Zero Ray and Water Shot 2, and they have the same skills. They share no buddies, and their spells, although some are shared, they're not all a 1-to-1. Water Shot 2 is Ruggy's spell 2, and his spell 3 is a fire spell that doesn't match anything Silver has. Ruggy would be my choice of alternative if you mainly want Evasion and Zero Ray. KK has Rook as a buddy, Evasion Boost, a Flora spell, and Water Shot 2. But on the other hand, he's an attack unit, and his HP is nowhere near as good as Silver's. But again, no one... Why did I write that? That's kind of obvious. Kate is a budget option for that evasion first and foremost. Like, yeah, this card isn't bad, but it has a lot of differences from Silver, and while, yeah, SRs have evasion, not a lot of them do. Kate is going to be your best option for a budget evasion unit. And finally, Gallicator Ruggy. He has a Void Spell 1 and Lee Shot 2. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No R cards have evasion, so, if you want something closer to Silver, you're gonna have to go with an SR or SSR. A rare can do in a pinch, but if you're not willing to make concessions, this is just not gonna be an option for you. But, if you're totally fine with it, Ruggy's a nice Void Flora unit. Silver, in my opinion, is kind of an all-rounder when it comes to the pros. He's not a unit that only has one big draw. Silver has a few. He has fantastic HP, and he has evasion. Granted, you do have to work for that skill a bit, which sucks, but still, at least it's an option. Now, because he has Zero Ray, you will need to work on that a little bit just because it has no advantage or disadvantage. But honestly, I think the Silver is well worth the effort of building. He's not just going to be great HP padding, but his evasion is going to make him extremely useful for battles where you're having issues against the enemy, like, hitting too hard. If you try for Silver, good luck. Thank you everyone for watching, and a very special thank you to my channel members and Twitch subs. Your support helps me to continue to make these videos. If you'd like early access to my videos, consider becoming a channel member. Patrons and Ko-fi members can get my scripts early before I record them. I livestream over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see y'all later.